War of Art, written by Stephen Pressfield. Why I chose this book, although we know that not everybody is an artist, right? But I said the name of the book is quite misleading. The better name of the book could have been uh, Resistance, the Biggest Enemy of Man, or the Biggest Enemy of Human Being. It's all about resistance, the invisible negative power that comes in whenever we think of doing something new. Now, the author says beautifully that we all live two lives: the regular life, the one which we are living, and the unlived life. That secret project that we always wanted to do, yeah. That novel that I always wanted to write, but I it never became a priority. To tell that girl that I love you so much, but I never said that. All those undone things, unsaid things, yeah, which where there is was some invisible power called resistance, which prevented us from taking that action by talking it, by living that unmet dream. So it's all about that resistance, yeah, of going to the gym regularly, of writing a book. Are you getting me? Of working on that project, of a social project which I was fond of. तो ये सब बातें, I'm sure we all have such unmet secret dreams in our minds and hearts. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about that. So let me start with the my favorite line of the book. Anything new in our routine that takes us away from the habitual will be naturally accompanied by resistance. Should I repeat? Anything which is new in our routine, which takes us away from the habitual, from the daily routine, is naturally accompanied by resistance. All right. Very interesting observation. Me and Farid work together day in, day out on Booklet Make India Read. I used to observe. So we have a very good habit of writing down the to-do list. रोज का सब to-do list ready रहता है. And I was keeping a keen eye on both the to-do list, mine and his, that what kind of activities get procrastinated. All right. See, not everything gets procrastinated, and I started seeing that there was a pattern in the kind of activities that we postpone for tomorrow. And interestingly, all those activities which we avoided to do, or rather, we prefer to do things today and try to postpone those activities for the next day, were all new, were all first timers, which required some willpower. Because something has to be done for the first time, it requires some willpower. See, our brain बहुत शाना है ना. सबसे आलसी चीज जो दुनिया में क्या है, तो अपना ब्रेन है. एंड इट्स फॉर अ रीजन. सी, द ब्रेन हैज टू कंजर्व लॉट ऑफ एनर्जी. ओके, बिकॉज एवरीथिंग एवरीथिंग डिपेंड्स ऑन द ब्रेन. सो अगर हम छोटी छोटी चीजों के लिए अगर डिसीजन लेने में विल पावर यूज करेंगे, और ब्रेन एनर्जी विल ड्रेन immediately. For example, if you wake up because of the alarm, then automatically your hand goes to the mobile to switch off the alarm, right? You don't need any thinking. There is no deliberate thinking in your brain. It is habitual, right? Or picking up a brush. Okay, मुझे ऐसे आदत है, ऐसे हाथ करने की आदत है. This doesn't require any willpower. It takes place at a mechanical level, autopilot mode. That is because our brain is always on the outlook to save energy, so that it can be used for bigger things and not for those stupid routine things. The drawback of this is that whenever we try to do something new for the first time, it resists. It encourages us to fall back to the routine activities. कि अरे छोड़ ना वो एयरटेल के सीईओ को फोन फोन करना है, समथिंग फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम यू आर डूइंग, इट इज ओवरवेलमिंग. अरे बाप रे, इतना बड़ा आदमी है. चल ना पहले ये दो तीन ईमेल्स का रिप्लाई कर देते. चल ना पहले वो पावर पॉइंट का जो थोड़ा काम बाकी है ना, वो मीटिंग का ये लिखना है, उसका रिप्लाई दे देते. वाई? बिकॉज इट डजंट रिक्वायर मच ऑफ एंजाइटी. उसमें एंजाइटी बहुत कम है. सो मैंने देखा कि ऑल द, उसको हमने नाम दिया FTOT, फर्स्ट टाइम वन टाइम एक्टिविटीज. And mostly those are the most important activities, because those FTOT or first time one time activities will be responsible for innovations and something new, which will enhance our mission or revenues in the long run, or growth in the long run, not in the immediate run. The daily activities will take care of the daily revenue, daily growth, जो भी कल होने वाला है, उसका इफेक्ट कल परसों दिखेगा, राइट? दैट्स व्हाई दे आर पार्ट ऑफ द टू डू लिस्ट, डेली टू डू लिस्ट. बट ये जो काम है जो रोज हम नहीं करते, शायद फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम करना है, इट कुड बी लर्निंग अ न्यू फीचर इन एक्सेल. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, देर इज अ फीचर कॉल्ड वी लुकअप. जब पहली बार मैंने वीक लुकअप के बारे में जाना था कि इट इज़ अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टूल और फॉर्मूला जो 1-2 घंटे का काम आपका 2 मिनट में कर देगा. नाउ इट रिक्वायर्ड मी टू गो टू यूट्यूब, लर्न व्हाट इज दैट न्यू फीचर, then struggle a little bit, yeah, and then finally I learned how to use VLOOKUP. Now that process, I was avoiding to do that. अरे वो नया फीचर कौन सीखेगा, यू नो. चलो ना, फिलहाल तो मैन्युअली तो आता है ना मुझे, तो फिलहाल मैन्युअली करते, बिकॉज अब तक मैन्युअली करते आए एक्सेल शीट में. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? आई एम लर्निंग गिटार फॉर लास्ट 2-3 months. सो मच ऑफ रेजिस्टेंस यार. आई मीन सामने गिटार पड़ी है पर वो उठाता नहीं है प्रैक्टिस के लिए. Why? Because it's so tough right now. Yeah, it takes away my willpower a lot. So I'm resisting. All right. So the book is all about this, that how do you deal with resistance, and some beautiful quotes I'm going to mention, beautiful concepts. For example, we all know that 5 why concept. You know the 5 whys you have to ask yourself. Okay. So whenever you want to start something new, ask that project a why I'm doing this. Okay. And keep asking it till you reach the bottom for a value or a belief. Keep asking why to that answer which you give to yourself till you hit a belief or a value. For example, when I started for the first time 6-7 years ago to share book summaries, why book summaries? I asked, why should I share book summaries with my friends on WhatsApp? So that they they get encouraged to read books. If they like the summary, they will go ahead and buy the book and read it. Why read books? Because reading books brings a change in us. But why change? That was the next why. Why there is a need to change? Because change में ही हमारी growth है. Change in our thoughts, change in our habits, change in our beliefs, change in our ideologies, change in our worldview. Usme growth. If you don't change, there is no growth. And finally, I always have this motto line that if I'm not reading, I'm not changing. If I'm not changing, I'm not growing. And that became my final statement. So very important exercise you have to do. Keep asking this nested whys. Why ke baad why, why ke baad why, why ke baad why. And you know who invented this? This why? A 5-year-old toddler. जो 5-6 साल का बच्चा जो आपके घर में है ना, वो देखो कितना है, ये क्यों करते हैं, ऐसा क्यों करते हैं, ये फिर ऐसा क्यों हुआ. तो एक बार मैं मेरे कजिन के घर गया था विले पार्ले में, तो कुछ एप्पल काट के दिया था सबको, जो उसके 4 पीसेस बनाए थे. तो उसने मुझे पूछा, सबको पूछा कि ये एप्पल को 4 पीसेस में क्यों काटा. तो यूजुअली व्हाट हैपेंस, पेरेंट्स एंड दे रिफ्यूट, चुप ना है, तेरे को क्या है, तू बच्चा है, ऐसा बोल. आई सेड नो, लेट्स आंसर हिम, लेट्स आंसर एंड आंसर ऑल हिज व्हाई क्वेश्चंस. तो मैंने बोला कि क्योंकि एक ही एप्पल था और हम सबको खाना है, इसलिए हमने उसको 4 पीसेस में काटा. तो बोले कि एक ही एप्पल क्यों था, व्हाई ओनली वन एप्पल, अगेन द नेक्स्ट व्हाई क्वेश्चन. Then I said, because we did not buy 4 apples, we bought only one apple. Why not 4 apples? Then I said, because that was the budget for the day. I had set a budget for today's shopping. Why there is a budget then? Why not infinite budget? Then I said, because of the bank balance. मेरे मेरे खाते में जितना पैसा है उतना मैं शॉपिंग करूंगा. So see, and then I could see that he kept quiet when I kept answering his so-called stupid questions, which are actually not stupid, they were very meaningful for his age. He kept quiet and started thinking, because my final answer, that I have a limited bank balance and accordingly I have to set my budget, made him think. I could read his face, I could read his feelings, what's going on. Finally he kept quiet. So I think he learned a big lesson through these answering his whys. So ये हमको बहुत करना है. The amongst all the questions, what, who, where, how and why, इन सब में why is the most important question. So जब भी कोई आपके employees भी कुछ करते हैं, ask them that why did you not send me that report by email on time? Why did you come late to the office yesterday? Ask him why. I genuinely ask that. Say I often see कि शाम को जब बॉस उसके सबॉर्डिनेट को कॉफी वेंडर मशीन में मिलता है कॉफी पीते पीते, एंड कैजुअली द बॉस आस्क्स हर, सो हाउ वाज योर डे, एंड शी इज लाइक हाँ ठीक है, इट्स ओके, ऐसा ओके बोल रही है. एंड इमीडिएटली बॉस अच्छा वो रिपोर्ट का क्या हुआ, मैंने सुबह बोला था उसका अभी तक तुमने रिप्लाई नहीं दिया. सो एक्चुअली व्हेन ही आस्क्ड हाउ वाज योर डे, he did not bother about the answer. It's a very bad leadership. It's a non-interrogative question. Non-interrogative question matlab a question whose answer is not expected. It's just a formality to ask how was your day. But if he's a good leader, an empathetic leader, okay, who believes, who wants to help his employees, he would have noted that उसके ओके में बहुत कुछ पेन है, where she did not see, had an eye to eye contact. वो नीचे देखे बोली कि yeah it was okay, then that would have given me more clues and ask her the next question कि क्या हुआ, कुछ प्रॉब्लम है क्या, तुमने ठीक से जवाब नहीं दिया. If I am genuinely interested to know her how was your day, how was her day, and then probably I will encourage her to open up कि क्या है बताओ ना, is there any personal problem, then probably she might open up कि हाँ घर में थोड़े प्रॉब्लम चल रहे between me and my husband's mother or whatever. Yeah, and then I should genuinely help her. So this is very important, uh, that see, if you are an owner, a founder, or the CEO of a company, then that is your financial goal. Then to achieve that financial goal, there's your customer goals. To achieve the customer goal, there has to be employee goals. So if you take care of your employee goals, employees will take care of customer goals, and thereby your financial goals will be taken care of. So ultimately आपको क्या करना है? To take care of your employees. Go deep into their personal problems, घर के problems. अभी गया वो जमाना जहाँ पे आप बोलोगे कि वो घर की बातें घर पे रखो, don't carry it to office. No, इंसान एक ही है भाई, वो carry होगा. It was okay in the industrial age where he was just expected to operate the machine. यहाँ से बॉटल डाला, वहां से कोई दो तीन बटन दबाए और वहां से बॉटल बाहर आ गई. Yeah, he was just paid for the time that he's spending. Abhi, we are into knowledge workers age where the nature of job is not clear. There are no clear boundaries. There is no yes and no. There is no just following the instructions. ये एक नया क्लाइंट आया है, उसका थोड़ा अलग डिमांड है, तो उसके लिए पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन बनाना है. अभी कैसे करना है वो तुम देखो, गूगल करो, चैट जीपीटी करो, कुछ भी करना है, वो मुझे चाहिए शाम तक. नाउ देयर इज नो क्लैरिटी, राइट? यहाँ पे द एम्प्लॉय हैज टू यूज इट्स पास्ट नॉलेज, गूगल, ask his friends, use its contacts, whatever, and come out with the best possible result. That's called knowledge worker. तो ऐसे मामले में just throwing money on first of every month in the form of salary is not enough. All right, you have to go beyond it. Yeah. Uh, See, the author says that about discipline. Discipline is the price you pay to bring your vision into reality. What a beautiful line. Discipline is the price you pay to bring your vision into reality. It is a price and not a penalty. See, stock market में similar analogy was given by Morgan Housel in his book Psychology of Money. So whenever I read a book now, I try to connect the common things, even if they are from different backgrounds or different fields. अब यहाँ पे discipline के बारे में बोला है. I could connect it with his stock market lesson, where he say that if you buy a stock or a mutual fund, okay, say for 100 rupees, and it goes to 150, and now it comes down back to 110, or you buy at 100 and it tumbles down to 80, वो 20 rupees का जो blood shed दिखता है आपको ना, that is not the penalty, that is not the fine, that is the fees, that is the price that you have to pay in order to gain those extraordinary gains. जो 100 का कल 500 भी हो सकता है, right? But we look at it as a penalty. Penalty and fine is has a negative sentiment, na? But a cost or a price is normal. It is part of the game. आपको प्राइस भी नहीं पे करना है और आपको एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी रिजल्ट चाहिए, ऐसा कैसे होगा? तो फिर एफडी में पैसा डालो। एफडी में कुछ गिरेगा नहीं, कुछ ब्लड सेट नहीं होगा, और फिर 5% रिटर्न पे खुशी मनाओ। चलेगा आपको? चलेगा तो जाओ उधर। So what I'm saying is discipline also is the price you pay. If you want beautiful big biceps and six-pack abs and big chest, then the price that you have to pay is saying no to all the Diwali farals and chaklis and karanjis and whatnot. And on the, no holidays, go for 10 kilometer jogging and push-ups and pull-ups and weight training. That is the price you have to pay if you want those beautiful muscles. Yeah. So uh, we say that no, मुझे लोग बोलते हैं कि तू ना डिसिप्लिन के नाम पे ना तू यू आर लूजिंग आउट ऑफ फ्रीडम, discipline takes away the freedom. No, in fact, discipline gives you more freedom. Yes. See, beautiful example given by the author. There are two boys trying to learn piano, okay, or a guitar, and both have the same common coach. They both go to the same teacher, and teacher teaches guitar lessons. The first guy is extremely disciplined. Okay, he goes back home, does all the practice, revision taught by the sir, attends all the teachers' lectures and sessions, doesn't skip any, takes down all the notes. If at all he's absent, he will take the notes from other people in the classroom. No, very disciplined person. Okay, and the other guy, bunks the classes, कभी छुट्टी मार के मूवी को जाता है, practice भी नहीं करता है, is very highly indisciplined guy. Now, after 1 year, the person who is disciplined will enjoy the freedom to play any song he wants on guitar, whereas the indisciplined guy will not enjoy that freedom to play any song that he loves on guitar. Discipline gives you the freedom to do what you want to do, right? See, the both the boys started the classes with the same vision कि यार वो जो गाना है ना, पहला नशा, वो मुझे गिटार पे आना चाहिए, वो मेरा ड्रीम है. But the indisciplined guy will never achieve that dream. Will not have the freedom to live that dream. But the first disciplined guy will have that freedom. So discipline actually gives you freedom. All right. Mahatma Rai has beautifully said in his book Unboasted Letter, 1 hour of fitness and 23 hours of freedom. 1 hour of fitness, 1 घंटा बॉडी को दो, उस पर कसरत करो, पसीना बहाओ, एंड यू विल गेट 23 hours ऑफ फ्रीडम. कुछ जो भी बॉडी के प्रॉब्लम्स है सब सॉल्व होंगे इफ यू गिव 1 hour every day, all the 365 days. So this is discipline is the price you pay to bring your vision into reality. Now let's talk about resistance. See, resistance basically comes in the form of fear. So we all talk about stress. आजकल बहुत stress management, I'm under stress. या पति घर पे ऑफिस में कुछ झगड़ा हो गया बॉस के साथ, तो डोंट टॉक टू मी नाउ, आई एम अंडर स्ट्रेस, ओके, ऐसे बोलते हैं. बट यू नो दैट सरप्राइजिंगली द स्पिरिट ऑफ काइजन में मैंने पढ़ा था, दिस दिस concept called stress is a relatively new phenomena in this field of psychotherapy and psychiatry or psychology. स्ट्रेस ये अभी अभी नया नई चीज आई है, और अचानक से सब लोग स्ट्रेस स्ट्रेस बोलते हैं, आई एम स्ट्रेस्ड, आई एम स्ट्रेसफुल, आई एम फीलिंग द स्ट्रेस. But actually, the older phenomena, the older cousin of stress is fear. Fear is the oldest emotion. Stress is a very recent. जो हमने actually fear को stress का नाम दे दिया. Stress and fear is one and the same. See, when the husband says that I am stressed because No, in the mind, he's thinking that he had a big fight with his boss. Actually, वो stress नहीं, वो fear है कि अरे यार मेरा बॉस के साथ झगड़ा हो गया है, अब मेरी नौकरी का क्या होगा? वो मेरा शायद साला अभी वो प्रमोशन रोक देगा क्या, या इंक्रीमेंट रोक देगा? अगर मैं इफ आई लूज दिस जॉब, आई हैव टू किड्स टू टेक केयर ऑफ, और उसके स्कूल की फीस. ऑल दीज थिंग्स, all these thoughts run into his mind unknowingly at the subconscious level, and therefore he becomes fearful. But what he says to his wife, I'm stressed. So we are afraid to say that I'm afraid. See, it's very natural to become fearful. All the species in the animal kingdom face fear, and they encounter fear. But look at their behavior and look at our behavior when we are under fear. When a bird fears, वो डर जाते तो क्या फुर्र करके उड़ के चले जाते, right? When a kangaroo or a deer has fear of some attack, तुरंत छलांग लगा के भागना दौड़ना शुरू कर दे, right? When a baby chimpanzee fears, it will cling his mother, right, or father. So देखो कुछ भी हो रहा है तो there is some action when they face fear. It's the only human being when we are under we feel fear, we go in isolation. We stop talking to people. We remain alone. Whereas जब बच्चा, छोटा सा 3-4 साल का बच्चा जब कोई डरावना सपना देखता है तो वो क्या करता है? तुरंत जाके अपनी माँ को लपेट लेता है, पकड़ लेता है, राइट? एज वी ग्रो ओल्डर, नो वी आर अफ्रेड टू से दैट आई एम अफ्रेड. हमारा ईगो या जो भी है बीच में आ जाता है, राइट? वो स्ट्रेस तो कुछ नया ही कंसेप्ट लाया है हमने, जो एक्चुअली स्ट्रेस का कुछ होता ही नहीं, वो सब फियर है. So fear and stress is actually same. That's what the author claims. You can read it in detail in the book The Spirit of Kaizen. इसके बाद ना बुकलेट भी मैंने बनाया है. So यहाँ पे why I said this, although it is not from the same book, is because author Pressfield says that resistance usually comes in the form of fear. Okay, so but very interesting concept that I loved it. More the fear, more the resistance. राइट? जब भी कुछ नए प्रोजेक्ट पे काम करना है हमको, तो डर आता है, करो कि नहीं उसको, लोगों को ये पसंद आएगा कि नहीं, ये प्रोडक्ट चलेगा कि नहीं, क्या मैं इस पे खरा उतरूंगा कि नहीं. सब एंजाइटी फियर आना शुरू होता है, आगे के सब नेगेटिव पिक्चर्स दिखना शुरू होते हैं, और फिर छोड़ देते हैं हम कि नहीं छोड़ो, ये रोज का काम है ना, वही कर देते हैं, उस पर हम बिजी हो जाते हैं. बट what the author says beautifully, and it blew my mind. You know what he says? The fact that you feel utmost fear, that means that project or that person means a lot to you. If it didn't mean to you at all, there wouldn't have been any resistance or fear. प्राइमा फेसी मुझे लगा कि कोई बड़ा थॉट नहीं है, बट व्हेन आई गिव अ डीप थॉट टू इट, इट इज सच अ डीप मीनिंग कि थिंग्स to do which do not involve any fear or resistance are actually meaningless. For example, watching a stand-up comedy on YouTube, a dance video, scrolling Instagram stories, ये सब, I don't feel any fear or resistance. And it is not a coincidence that they are not so meaningful to my growth, to my soul. But that project, the project that I'm working on, I'm creating a board game based on books. A completely new idea. Nobody has tried this till now. बुक्स पे बेस्ड बोर्ड गेम, डाइस होगा, फन होगा, यू लर्न अ लॉट फ्रॉम द बुक्स. 4 लोग खेल सकते हैं, लाइक सांप सीढ़ी, लेगो, लूडो, या फिर वो जो मोनोपोली गेम्स होता है ना, वैसा एक गेम में तैयार कर रहा हूँ. नाउ आई एम डूइंग समथिंग दैट नोबडी हैज ट्राइड टिल नाउ. ऑब्वियसली बहुत फियर आ रहा है कि चलेगा कि नहीं, लोगों को पसंद आएगा कि नहीं, फन एलिमेंट होगा कि नहीं. बट द फैक्ट, द मोर द फियर, द मोर द रेजिस्टेंस, दैट मीन्स दैट प्रोजेक्ट इज वेरी मीनिंगफुल टू मी. I'll give a very naughty example to you to convince you that more the fun, more the fear, more the love. Resistance is directly proportional to love. That means I love that project, and hence मुझे वो डर लग रहा है उस पर काम करने का. For example, I used to like a girl in college days. Since 11th till TY Bookcom, I used to like that girl, or I used to like her so much that पूरे 5 साल I never told her that I liked her. हालांकि पूरे कॉलेज को पता था, उसको ही पता था. शी वाज जस्ट वेटिंग फॉर मी टू से इट आउट. और मेरी हिम्मत ही नहीं होती थी, मैं इतना फट्टू था ना कॉलेज के दिनों में. आई नेवर सेड इट. That means that's what the author is trying to say. More the resistance, more the fear, that means there's a lot of love. Because बाकी की लड़कियों के साथ बात करने में कभी डर नहीं लगता था मुझे. अरे कटी में पॉइंट. बाकी सबसे साथ आपके साथ बिंदास करता, तो उसके साथ ही मैं बात करने को मेरी फटती थी. Why? Now you understand. So resistance is directly proportionate to love. So जो जो काम करने को आपको डर लग रहा है ना, तो assume that they are the most meaningful projects for you. जिन जिन लोगों के साथ आपको बात करने को डर लग रहा है, to initiate, to take up that phone call and talk to him or her, that means they play a very important role in your life. All right, they will be that project, that person will be responsible for your growth, for the growth of your soul. All right, तो रेजिस्टेंस को तोड़ना है हम. तो करना क्या है, गोइंग बैक टू दैट FTOT, फर्स्ट टाइम वन टाइम काम के लिए जो रेजिस्टेंस होता है ना, लिटरली क्या करना है. हमारी एक गंदी आदत होती है कि हम इतनी लंबी चौड़ी टू डू लिस्ट बनाते हैं ना, और फिर वो कभी खत्म ही नहीं होती. बोलो मुझे आप, जो जिसको आदत है टू डू लिस्ट बनाने की एक लंबी चौड़ी, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू एक्चुअली चेक ऑल द आइटम्स ऑन द टू डू लिस्ट ऑन द सेम डे? वेरी रेयर, वेरी अनलाइकली. एंड देन एट द एंड ऑफ द डे वो चार पांच आइटम अनचेक रहते हैं. एंड देन वी गो टू बेड विद एन अनसेटिस्फाइड माइंड. अरे यार, मैंने पूरा पूरा 100% नहीं दिया. ये चार काम अभी कल के लिए कैरी फॉरवर्ड हो रहे हैं. आई डिड नॉट डू, आई डिड नॉट गेट द मैक्सिमम आउट ऑफ द डे. मेरी प्रोडक्टिविटी लो हो गई. राइट. पर ये हम भूल ही जाते हैं कि भाई देर इज लिमिटेड टाइम एंड एनर्जी. तो पूरे हम बस वो डंप कर दिए. जरूरी नहीं कि वो सब एक दिन में होए. तो करना क्या है हमको. आई took this inspiration from Twitter. Why Twitter is a big hit? Because of the limitation of characters. राइट, कुछ 260 कैरेक्टर्स या ऐसा कुछ अलाउड होता है. और वो बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स स्मॉलनेस ट्विटर वाज अ हिट. वरना लोग क्या पूरा निबंध भी लिखेंगे ट्विटर पे. बट बिकॉज दे पुट अ limit on the number of characters that you can write, Twitter was hit. That was the main reason for Twitter going hit. Okay. तो हमको टू डू लिस्ट में भी ऐसा करना है कि have this stubborn limitation that your to do list will not have more than 4 items. एक बार आपने सब जॉट डाउन कर लिया ना, मेक another to do list where you have to pick only 4 items from that exhaustive list of to do list. Now you will start thinking, okay, यहाँ पे अभी क्या होगा मनोज. एज आई सेड, जो FTOT वाले काम है, फर्स्ट टाइम वन टाइम वाले काम है ना, you will be resisting to do that. As I said, that if something takes away from your routine, it is naturally accompanied with resistance. तो मेक श्योर कि जो काम करने में सबसे ज्यादा डर लग रहा है ना, मेक इट पार्ट ऑफ योर सेकंड टू डू लिस्ट विच इज रेस्ट्रिक्टेड टू 4 items. ट्रस्ट मी, इफ यू डू द जॉब जिसमें सबसे ज्यादा डर लगता है ना, एज द फर्स्ट थिंग इन द डे, then you'll never have an unproductive day. Okay. The job that I hate to do the most, or I'm most fearful. Okay. For example, exercise karna. Everybody thinks that I love to exercise. No, nobody likes to give voluntary pain to the body and muscles. Yeah. Every day it's a struggle. But if I do exercise as the first job for the day, then I will never have an unproductive day. और ये मैंने खुद आजमा करके देखा है कि if I don't exercise in the morning, the rest of the day is very unproductive. मेरे चिड़चिड़ापन होता है. नो, मैं कुछ ज़्यादा टाइम पास वाले काम करूंगा, कुछ ज़्यादा प्रोडक्टिव काम नहीं करूंगा. That is my gateway habit. I learned this from a book called Change Your Habits, Change Your Life. उसमें बोला है कि फाइंड आउट दैट गेटवे हैबिट जहाँ पे if you if you take action for that related habit, all other good actions will be taken care of automatically. For me, it's morning exercise. I've seen that if I don't exercise, I will eat all the unhealthy stuffs in the kitchen. मैं वो सब कुछ मीठा पड़ा हुआ चॉकलेट, जो इतने दिन से पड़ा हुआ चॉकलेट है, वो उसी दिन में खाऊंगा. इट्स नॉट अ कोइंसिडेंस. Because I did not exercise, I carry the guilt. There are so many negative messages going to my mind. Amrut, you are not disciplined man. You are not the man of word. तूने कल रात को तो डिसाइड किया था एक्सरसाइज करने का, पर आज सुबह तूने आलस किया और तू टेरेस पे गया नहीं. you're a lazy man, you don't keep your word, you're an unorganized man. And then I carry the guilt for the rest of the day. I don't eat healthy. I don't read a book. I'll probably binge watch on Netflix perhaps. Yeah, watch some music videos, time pass karunga. So find out that gateway habit, okay, and, which will give you a domino effect, positive or negative. किया तो obviously positive effect देगा वो. Yeah. Uh, so see, things which are not meaningful to you, like, or which are not important to your soul, watching TV, shopping, Instagram, watching web series on Netflix, they're not so meaningful to our soul, and hence we never face any resistance. Are you getting my point? You'll never, you'll never feel the need of willpower to send that WhatsApp joke to your friend. Do you need any willpower to share a joke on WhatsApp, to share a time pass video, nahi na? To comment on YouTube? That the fact that there is no resistance, that means they are not meaningful things. Unfortunately, काश ये उल्टा होता है ना? Alright. एक बहुत नायाब ऑथर होके गया. आई थिंक ही इज नो मोर इन दिस वर्ल्ड. आई थिंक हिज नेम वाज समरसेट मॉगम. और उसको किसी ने पूछा था डिसिप्लिन का विषय था, that when do you write, is there any proper schedule? Where he was a very renowned author, a fictional author, novels लिखता था. Do you have any particular schedule when you write? And he just says casually, no, no, there is no schedule. Only when inspiration strikes, I write. But yeah, coincidentally, inspiration strikes every morning at 9 o'clock. That means he was just funnily talking about his discipline. पहले तो उसने बोला कि whenever inspiration strikes, I start writing, but it strikes every morning at 9 a.m. That means basically there is a schedule for him. All right. Uh, yeah. So, see, we already have passions, skills, talents within us, but they are clouded with so many distractions. हमको लगता है ना, I have many people ask me, just especially youngsters, that I have to find my passion. Help me to find my passion. Help me to find my purpose. Actually, everything is there inside, but we are lost. We are distracted with the external things. It could be smoking, overeating, Netflix, movies, friends, parties, alcohol. And हमको समझ भी नहीं आता कि ये distractions की वजह से I'm not paying attention to 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 my inner voice. So आपको अलग कुछ बाहर जाके ढूंढना नहीं है. Just have to get rid of these distractions. I have a very good friend. Since last few months, she got closer to mission Make India Reads, and because of me, now she has started reading a lot of books, listens to Booklet. Now she's also helping in my Booklet activities. And now suddenly she said last week that I'm going to work on as an animal communicator. That means she already knew that she wanted to become an animal communicator, where she communicates with animals and understand their feelings through telepathy. But she never took any action because she was clouded with so many distractions. Only when she got rid of those distractions, automatically जो बचा है is the purpose of her life, is the passion. In fact, it is applicable to everything. सिक्स पैक एप्स तो सबके अंदर होते हैं ऑलरेडी. उसके ऊपर का एक्स्ट्रा चर्बी निकाल के फेंकना है. Yeah. So we are not human beings trying to walk the spiritual path. We are already spiritual beings trying to walk the human path. All right. So everything is there inside. Just get rid of the distractions, and whatever is left is your meaningful life. Rest all are less meaningful. And gossip. We don't know कि वो distractions बड़े are preventing us from our purpose. It could be gossiping, TV, parties, videos, जो भी है. Yeah. Okay. I've just taken some quotes for you, beautiful quotes that I've written. One quote is actually disturbing, a very bold quote. So I've written it for you in my diary. It says that If you are putting labor into something that you don't love, if you are putting labor into something that you don't love, then what's the difference between you and a prostitute? What a bold, what a tight slap. I'm not going to elaborate this line because you're smart enough to understand. I will repeat. If you are putting labor into something that you don't love, then what's the difference between you and a prostitute? Yeah. So if somebody is going to office or doing a job that he doesn't love, it is as good as prostitution. Yeah. Uh, uh, well, somebody has raised the hand, so should we take that question because he's been raising since long time? Uh, so because I'm getting distracted, should we just answer it or should I continue, Ashish?
I think you continue.
Yeah,
Continue.
we can continue.
You continue. We will take it later on.
Okay. Okay. Uh, yeah, one interesting concept I learned about envy-driven criticism is equal to supreme compliment. I repeat, envy-driven criticism is equal to supreme compliment. Let me tell you this true story. I have a friend, very good friend of mine, childhood friend, uh, but completely out of shape, a little alcoholic. And whenever he meets me, we must be meeting like once or twice in a month or in 2 months. He always talks ill about me. Yeah. ये अमृत तू क्या हो गया है, तू कितना पतला हो गया, कितना बुढ़ा दिखता है तू, ये क्या तेरे गाल अंदर चले गए, शी तो पहले कितना अच्छा दिखता था, हालत खराब कर दी थी तूने. एंड आई वंडर कि जितने भी बाकी के लोग को मैं मिलता हूँ, दे ऑल प्रेज अबाउट माय बॉडी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन. आई हैव लॉस्ट 15 kg. They, in fact, they talk exactly the opposite, that your skin has started glowing because of zero sugar diet. No, I eat a lot of veggies and salad and fruits and exercise regularly, तो बॉडी में चेंजेस दिख रहे हैं. बट ही इज द ओनली पर्सन जो कभी सब सबको उसको सब उल्टा दिखता है. And then I read this envy driven criticism is equal to supreme compliment. मतलब क्या? Just because he's my childhood friend, okay, तो he has seen me since childhood with all my stupidity. घर पे आया और बाइक की चाबी भूल के गया, all the stupid things that any other child does, I might have done. And he has seen, he has witnessed all the stupidity, and we have grown up together. And now for for people like you who know me for say last 1 or 2 years or for last 6 months, you know me as Booklet guy, but he knows me since that stupid Amrut, since childhood. All right. So praising appreciation on the face is impossible for him, right? और चुप बैठना भी इम्पॉसिबल. अगर वो सिर्फ चुप भी बैठेगा तो भी चलेगा ना, बट वो भी नहीं हो सकता बिकॉज लंगोटी आ रहे. तो प्रेज नहीं कर सकते, चुप नहीं बैठ सकते, तो बचा क्या? गाली. And this was like an Akashwani for me. Now, whenever he gives me galis and criticizes me, I have a big smile on my face. Because I know कि उसमें उसका प्यार छुपा हुआ है. And the certificate I got is उसके, so he's a lawyer, उसके बहुत सारे clients मेरे followers हैं या जो मुझे जानते हैं. और many people have started following me. His clients follow me as Booklet guy. That means he must be telling them good things about me in my absence. When I'm not present, he showers words of praise to his new friends, to his clients. कई बार लोगों ने मुझे बोला भी है कि अरे वो तेरा वो दोस्त है ना, वो तेरे बारे में बहुत अच्छा बोला था, एंड आई हैव डाउनलोडेड योर ऐप. फिर क्या बात कर रहा है, वो ऐसा बोला मेरे बारे में. दैट मीन्स ही लव्स मी. बट because praising on the face of a childhood friend is impossible and keeping quiet is also impossible, the only thing left is criticism. So you should think that वो जो सबसे करीब लोग हैं ना, they'll always criticize you, but that is not criticism. That is love disguised in criticism. Not necessarily he says that envy driven criticism. मैं बोलूँगा नहीं कि हमेशा वो envy ही रहेगा. He might be envying me, but that will be a very small thing for me. It's more about his love for me. Uh, that वो criticism उसके मुंह से बाहर आ रहा है. एक बार I was invited at Abu Dhabi before lockdown. And so I was invited along with Siddhutai Satpal, who's no more, and she was a social activist. She had adopted some 3,000 orphan girls and made them her own daughters. So I and her, we both are going to give a talk one by one at an international conference in Abu Dhabi near Dubai. And there was a gala party at night where आई थिंक अन्नू मलिक और सुखविंदर सिंह ऐसे कोई वहाँ पे आने वाला था. एंड एवरीबडी वाज कंप्लेनिंग अबाउट हिम कि वो बहुत नखरे कर रहा है. उसके ये डिमांड से ही हैड अ डिमांड दैट ओनली ब्लैक कलर की ये सीरीज की BMW ही आनी चाहिए एयरपोर्ट में टू एस्कॉर्ट मी. ओके. एंड उसके ईमेल के नीचे मेरा ईमेल था. दे टोल्ड मी कि तुम्हारे ईमेल में तुमने लिखा था कि प्लीज डाउनग्रेड माय बिजनेस कोर्स टिकट टू इकोनॉमिक क्लास and use the difference fare, because the business course tickets are four times, almost 3 or 4 times more than the economy class tickets. So I had told them that please downgrade my ticket to economy class. I am a stupid social entrepreneur. I don't need a business class ticket. और जो भी difference है, give it as donation as charity to Sindhutai Satpal's NGO. And they love my answer so much. और उन्होंने बताया कि तुम्हारे ईमेल के ऊपर ही इसका ईमेल था जो बोलता है कि मेरे को ये काले रंग की BMW आनी चाहिए एस्कॉर्ट के लिए, और ये यही सीरीज की. और मैं बोला कि बाप रे, मेरे लिए हाथ गाड़ी भेजोगे तो भी चलेगा, फिर मैं खुद आ जाऊंगा आपके वेन्यू के इधर एयरपोर्ट से. सो व्हाई आई एम सेइंग दिस इज कि amateur sign is glorification. See, if you see these people who are not making a mark these days in Bollywood or music industry like Sukhminder Singh, Anu Malik, वो बहुत ज्यादा बातें करते हैं, बहुत बोलते हैं, because they have to prove ना, because their craft is not proving. So उनको बात करने से प्रूव करने की जरूरत पड़ रही. Whereas जो जो असली प्रोफेशनल आर्टिस्ट है, they just shut up and do their work. A.R. रहमान, सचिन तेंदुलकर. Have you ever seen A.R. रहमान? बट जैसे जो से और नो, वो जो आते हैं ना शोज में, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, इंडियन आइडल वगैरह, उसमें कौन आते हैं देखो, जिनके ज्यादा चल नहीं रही इंडस्ट्री में, वही लोग आते हैं और बड़ी बड़े झगड़ा करते हैं, बातें करते हैं, वो जो भी है. So what author says is amateur sign is glorification and professional artist just shut up. He doesn't talk about it. He does the work. I think art is all about doing the work. Yeah. So इसमें मुझे एक समझ में आ गया कि success is actually overrated. We talk a lot, use this word success so much, but I think success is a wrong orientation. The correct orientation should be craftsman's mindset and not a success mindset. Let me elaborate. See, when a craftsman is working on a sculpture and he's कुछ paint है या कुछ मूर्ति बना रहा है, he's so lost in the nitty-gritty, in the minute things कि यहाँ पे कौन सा कलर का शेड देना है, I have to perfect this part of the मूर्ति and all. He's so union with his craft that he loses track of time. And once that murti is ready, that idol is ready, there is just a simple smile. There is no success, celebration, dhol, tashe, kuch nahi hai. Just okay, satisfied with the output. And what is next? A next craft, a next piece of art. That's all. Whereas 99% of the time, effort goes into the work in perfecting his craft. Whereas we talk about destination, success, outcome, that will be only fraction of the entire journey. Are you getting my point? And we are focusing only on that. Yeah. एक इंसान अगर पहाड़ चढ़ रहा है, बड़ी चट्टान है और वो चढ़ने की कोशिश कर, बिकॉज इज अ माउंटेनियर, एंड while climbing, no, he only looks up and looks at the peak of the mountain and all, just looks up. Obviously he's going to be in trouble. He has to look down कि कहाँ पे पानी का खड्डा आ रहा है तो मुझे वो बचाना है. तो यहाँ पे घास ज्यादा है, इसका मतलब दिस इज नॉट द पाथ which is safe, right? I have to choose another path. अच्छा, यहाँ पे कुछ आगे, I have to dodge this rock and take another route. He has to get busy by looking down and focus on the real time process and not keep looking at the peak. That's what the analogy I'm using is that peak is the success and looking down is your job, the daily job. their art, their work. पर हम क्या करते हैं, रिजल्ट 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 के चक्कर में we attach our happiness to the outcome, to the result so much that we lose focus on the daily job, the job that we are supposed to do right now, right? फॉर एग्जाम्पल मेरी एक फ्रेंड है, उसके डाइटिशियन ने उसको कुछ पर्टिकुलर डाइट पे रख दिया, सम कीटो डाइट. इट्स अ वेरी गुड डाइट, साइंटिफिक डाइट, and she did not get any significant results by doing it for some 1 or 2 months. She was quite disappointed, and I can understand her disappointment. But when she was doing the diet, she used to message me that, "Arey, because of this diet, there are so many restrictions to eat." She was in Rajasthan, and she actually वहाँ पे कुछ उसको डाइट में जो अलाउड था आइटम्स वो नहीं थे. She actually entered the kitchen by requesting the chef that can I enter the kitchen and cook my own food, वो पनीर का भुर्जी, because I am on a diet, and they allowed, and she shared the picture. वो चूल्हे पे, वो राजस्थान का कोई एथनिक होटल था, वो चूल्हे पे बैठ के उसने वो पकाया होटल में. That is a very unique experience. But whenever I met her, she was only talking about not getting the results, which is okay. I understand. Okay, that can not getting the result is disappointing. But once you shift the focus to the results, you lose the focus of all the joy that she had gained, because by breaking the routine of eating anything else, कुछ भी खाती थी, अभी restriction की वजह से she had enjoyed lot many things by breaking the routine. Are you getting my point? Our mind can focus only on one thing at a time, either the process or the results. And that's why the moment marks were introduced in our education system, everything went wrong. Even if I decide to enjoy doing the homework, I'll not enjoy, because the focus is on the results, on the marks, on the ranks, on the examination. I was very fortunate in my childhood that my family members, my brother told me that not to focus on marks. He told me that exam is a medium of expression. You get an opportunity to express the knowledge in your own language, in your own words, in your own personal vocabulary. That was very fascinating for me. Okay, and then marks वगैरह, let it come or let नहीं आया तो भी चलेगा, it will come as a byproduct. You just look at your homework, your preparation as as a medium of expression, that whatever limited vocabulary you have, how can you use it to explain the same concept that which is written in the book in your own desi broken vocabulary. That was a lot of fun for me. And no wonder teachers used to reward me with lots of marks, because my answers used to be different from other students, because they used to use guide. वहाँ जहाँ पे मॉडल आंसर्स रहते, मेरे आंसर्स बहुत अलग रहते थे, क्योंकि मैं वो खुद बनाता था. So that was at times frustrating, and I was tempted to open the book and copy the language of the author. But वही मुझे इजाजत नहीं थी घर पे. I was forced to close the book once I read a chapter. I was forced to close the book, never by a guide or Google it, and write the answer in my own personal vocabulary. And suddenly, I found learning very enjoyable. I never had the anxiety of examinations. In fact, I used to enjoy. अरे चलो अभी exam आ रही है. That means अभी मुझे express करने को मजा आ रहा है. And no wonder why I'm able to express better than most of my friends nowadays, whether I'm talking or writing, because I've been doing it since childhood. I never used any model answers. Everything that I wrote was my own expression. And that helped me to improve my vocabulary as well. Are you getting my point? Okay. तो जो भी करोगे ना, नोट्स जब लोगे, जो भी एकेडमिक रीडिंग होगा या नॉन एकेडमिक रीडिंग या बुकलेट, closing the book is very important. You'll be tempted to, if you keep the book open, you'll be tempted to copy the language of the author. Whereas words are not important. Words are just messengers. The real meaning is in the message and not the words, right? So that can be conveyed in different ways. अभी देखो, we Indians say, do you eat non-veg? Americans, they say, are you a meat eater? Do you eat meat? ऐसे बोलते हैं. हम क्या बोलते हैं? Veg or non-veg? The meaning is same, expression is different. अभी मेरे टेबल पे अभी बहुत सारा ऐसा कुछ चीजें रखी है. आई माइट से दिस टेबल इज क्लटर्ड. आशीष में से दिस टेबल इज क्राउडेड. सेम मीनिंग डिफरेंट एक्सप्रेशन. Yeah, we say irrespective of, whether it is raining or not, I will come to you. ऐसे बोलते हैं. Americans बोलते हैं regardless of the weather, I'll come to you on Monday. See, यहीं पे बैठे बैठे मैंने तीन अलग अलग एक्सप्रेशन दिए विद द सेम मीनिंग. और हम क्या करते हैं, वी आर लॉस्ट इन परफेक्शन के चक्कर में. वी आर लॉस्ट इन द वर्ड्स एंड द लैंग्वेज of what's written in the textbook, and we forget that the king, the hero, is the meaning, the concepts, and the ideas, and not the words. Words are not the most important part of reading habit. You know this? Very interesting. So, ironically, the more number of times you close the book, the more you will learn from the book. What a paradox, right? Okay, let's move ahead. Uh, uh, I think one interesting concept that I came across was we talk about saturation of a field. कि ये इतनी अभी बैंकिंग सेक्टर तो सैचुरेट हो गया है, व्हाई शुड आई स्टार्ट अ न्यू बैंक. या फिर कि कोई बोलेगा कि न्यूट्रिशन इंडस्ट्री इज नाउ सैचुरेटेड, बहुत लोग इसमें हैं, फिर मैं इसमें क्या अलग करूंगा या करूंगी. सी, नो फील्ड इज सैचुरेटेड और अनसैचुरेटेड, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं होता है. वी थिंक दैट ओनली दैट प्रोडक्ट एंड सर्विस इज एवरीथिंग. नो, you can sell the same product with a different perception, with a different positioning. I'll give you a very good example. I did a book called uh, The Glucose Revolution. The name of the author is very complicated. I'm not able to pronounce, so I did not bother to remember her name. She's known as the glucose goddess. Now, see how she made herself a purple cow in a huge industry of nutrition, diet and nutrition. She took one element called glucose. You know what is glucose? It's sugar level in our blood cells. Yeah, everything that we eat is broken down in glucose, and it goes through our bloodstream. She wrote an entire book. She only talks about glucose. See, now suddenly she is not a nutritionist like any other nutritionist, but she is a glucose goddess. And it takes a lot of boldness and audacity to say no to all other general things like protein, carbohydrates, and keto diet and paleo diet and whatnot. And she talks about glucose. So it's so easy to stand out of the crowd. Now she's offering the same things probably, but she did not say that, oh, this field is already saturated. मैं इसमें क्या offer करूंगी नया? No, she changed the perception. She changed her positioning. Let's try to think wildly. अभी अभी लोग बोलते हैं कि अभी वो कार राइडिंग जो एप्स है, ओला उबर, अभी उसमें सैचुरेशन आ गया है, अभी इसमें क्या मैं नया करूँ. राइट, छोड़ो ना, मुझे वो आइडिया अभी स्क्रैप करना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू आर इन सच अ सिचुएशन. नो, इफ अगर बुकलेट मेरा नहीं होता, सपोज बुकलेट आइडिया मेरे जहन में आता ही नहीं, और मैं मुझे आज अगर कुछ नया शुरू करना है और कार शेयरिंग ऐप बनाना है या कार राइड ऐप लेना शुरू करना है, एंड ओला एंड उबर आर ऑलरेडी डोमिनेटिंग दिस इंडस्ट्री, तो विदाउट, instead of saying that no, it is already a saturated market, I start thinking differently. How can I do the same thing differently? मैं ऐसा कुछ करूंगा, I'll you will never compare me with Ola and Uber. See, now whenever we take the names, we take both the names together. ओला उबर बोलते हैं, है ना, अरे ओला उबर कर देना. That means their perception, their positioning is same in our minds. I'll break it and I will come out with something, some new idea. You will never compare me with Ola and Uber. Yet I'll offer the same thing: car sharing app or car ride app. Say for example, अभी ये मेरे दिमाग में अभी आ रहा है. How about I will the cab drivers will be only women, only ladies. जैसे मैंने बुकलेट में I make it as a social project and I made a national movement of Make India Read. यहाँ पे my major why will be like women empowerment, make them micro entrepreneurs, help them to buy cars on cheap EMIs, tie up with banks, so and enable them to buy the cars, own the cars through some reasonable EMIs, okay, at low rates of interest. government के साथ या non government के साथ, and then new ideas will start coming up that no probably women will prefer my app over Ola and Uber because to encourage the lady driver, and men who are feminists, who want women to grow and work shoulder to shoulder with men, they will also hire. और फिर वहां पे कुछ और कॉम्प्लिकेटेड आइडियाज आ सकते हैं, मोर लेयर्स ऑफ आइडियाज, लाइक suppose the lady driver has just given birth to a baby, then the lady passenger will take care of her baby sitting on the back seat while the driver will drop her to her destination. Wonderful ideas can come up, right? And you'll never compare it to the Ola and Uber, because now it is not just a car sharing app. It's about uh, it's about enabling today's women, yeah, to stand on their own feet. Yeah, especially women who are going through maybe divorce litigation or domestic violence or whatever, or a single parent ladies or whatever. No, उनको मैं ज्यादा प्रेफर करूंगा, उनको ट्रेनिंग दे के ड्राइविंग का, ट्राई टू बिकम मेक देम माइक्रो एंटरप्रेन्योर्स. सी कितने सारे आइडियाज हो सकते हैं, राइट? सो दिस इज व्हाट, देयर इज नो सैचुरेशन, ऐसा कुछ होता ही नहीं है फील्ड में. डोंट ट्राई टू डू डिफरेंट थिंग्स, ट्राई टू डू थिंग्स डिफरेंटली. मैं चाहता तो मैं भी बुकलेट को एक नॉर्मल रूप दे सकता था, and you would have compared me with Swiggy's and Zomato's and Ola's and Uber's. You never call me as an app developer, right? You look at me as a social entrepreneur who is on a mission to make India read, whose objective is to cultivate reading habit amongst the youth of India. Yeah. Now see how I had this fear that I never wanted to be looked as a content creator or a YouTuber. Although I'm on YouTube, although I create content, you never call me as a content creator. And I'm never compared with Sandeep Maheshwari or Ankur Warikoo. Although they are great guys, I wanted to create my own identity, right? Now, see, when I studied all these people, the so-called motivational speakers, I never wanted to be called as motivational speaker either. The YouTuber, motivational speaker, वो सब नहीं चाहिए था मुझे. तो आई सॉ दैट ये जो लोग बोलते हैं ना, 3 steps to get rich, हाउ टू स्टॉप प्रोक्रास्टिनेटिंग, ना, ये सब बातें बुक से ही ले रहे थे वो, और दिखा रहे थे कि उनके खुद के कंटेंट है. यू सी मोस्ट ऑफ द वीडियोस, 5 steps to get more things done, improve your productivity, ये सब. Many times they don't give credit, और दिया तो भी कहीं पे तो बोल देते हैं ऐसा. What I did is I turned this entire thing on its own head, and मैंने बोला कि look, this is book is the hero. I am just a stupid reader. I read that book, and I'm tried to explain what I learned from the book. Now I replaced ego with humility or honesty, rather, कि भाई ये मेरा खुद का नहीं है. I am not a content creator. I am a stupid reader. I love reading. और वो मेरे रीडिंग का पैशन का फायदा आपको हो, ये मेरी इच्छा है. Yeah, because if I keep my passion to myself, it's just a hobby. But if I put my passion to serve people like you, it becomes my dharma. It becomes my purpose. When you use your passion for others, it becomes purpose. If you use your passion for yourself, it is hobby. It will just give me happiness. But if I use it for you, it will give me a sense of fulfillment. Happiness is not enough. I should get a sense of fulfillment, a sense of contribution every night when I go to bed. So see, by doing a simple change, I created my own identity in a so-called saturated industry of content creators. Got it? Okay, I think I've covered many things. Yeah, there's something called reticular activity system, RAS. You know what is a very interesting concept? Uh, See, I was about to buy a Honda City car. I wanted a white color Honda City car when I don't own a car anymore. I sold it. But when I was about to buy, suddenly I could see all the Honda City white color cars on the road. You see what you want to see. This is nothing but RAS in play, reticular activity system. You don't see what is there in front of you. You see what you want to see. So it's actually your mind's eye and not your physical eye. Right now, people who are looking at me, maybe कुछ लोग अभी ये माइक को देख रहे हैं, कुछ लोग मुझे देख रहे हैं. अगर पीछे से कोई चल के चला गया तो कुछ लोग वहां पे देखेंगे, राइट? You will see what you want to see. Now there is a beautiful experiment. You go to YouTube and search the invisible gorilla experiment. You'll be astonished to know ये experiment क्या है. The invisible gorilla experiment. It is the name of a book called The Invisible Gorilla. मैंने बुकलेट में भी किया है उसका, और यूट्यूब लिंक मैंने उस बुकलेट में भी दिया है, बाय द वे. आपको समझेगा ये क्या होता है. सो दिस इज द पावर ऑफ आवर सबकॉन्शियस माइंड. और लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन बोलो कि जिस चीज पे आप अपना नजर टिकाओगे वो चीज हो जाएगी, कि आपको वो सब जगह दिखने लगेगी. फॉर एग्जाम्पल दैट होंडा सिटी व्हाइट कलर का आ रहा, वो भी व्हाइट ही. तो सब जगह दिखा रही, सब लोग व्हाइट ही ले रहे हैं, ऐसा क्यों? मेरे पहले भी सब सब कार्स होते होंगे, पर मेरा ध्यान नहीं गया होंडा सिटी व्हाइट कलर्स पे. मैनिफेस्टेशन बोलो, लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन बोलो, पावर ऑफ सबकॉन्शियस माइंड बोलो, या फिर द हाई फाई हैबिट करके एक नई बुक आई है. मिल रॉबिन्स, बहुत लोगों को वो ऑथर पसंद है, तो उसने एक नई बुक लिखी है, हाई फाई हैबिट. So I think we should take advantage of this. No, if you just think about it, or put some affirmations before going to bed, और सिर्फ खुद से बोलोगे कि मुझे ये चाहिए, whatever your dream project is, या it could be money goal और शादी का गोल या जो भी है, just tell your mind 5-10 times and go to sleep. Yeah, your RAS system will get activated and you will attract it. Okay, I know you know this concept of law of attraction, the secret, Rhonda Byrne में लिखा है, power of subconscious mind में लिखा है. Yeah, I'm just trying to give you a more systematic approach to it. So this reticular activity system works definitely. It's a scientific concept, and so many people say कि तुझे ही कैसे ये आइडिया सूझते हैं, बुकलेट में क्या क्या तू करता है, इनोवेशन लाता है. बोला नहीं, बिकॉज इट इज माई बेबी एंड आई थिंक अबाउट इट 24/7. आई विल कम अप विद गुड आइडियाज. सी, अपनी माँ को ही अपने बच्चे के बारे में सबसे ज्यादा पता रहता है, राइट? कि वो भूख के लिए उसका रोना और बस मस्ती के लिए रोना, वो भी माँ पहचान लेती है, राइट? नॉट एवरी क्राई मीन्स द चाइल्ड इज हंग्री. द ओनली मदर knows about it, right? वैसे ही है, if you make your project your baby and be with it. No, I read books, I sleep with books, I talk about books, I smell books. इतना घुस गया हूँ मैं इसके अंदर कि every 2-3 months I come out with a new idea. You know? Now I'm coming out with something called Indian Booklet League. जैसे IPL होता है वैसे IBL लेके आ रहा हूँ. There will be cricket matches on reading cricket matches. Then, as I said, I'm coming out with the board game, a board game, a dice wala game, where we learn lots and lots of great things from great books while playing the board game. Yeah. So this put this RA system in use, and it will benefit a lot to you. Uh, I think see, amateurs say that I will overcome fear and then do the work. Professionals say that I can never overcome fear. Let me get started anyway. Okay. So fear को हमको खत्म नहीं करना है. Fear तो रहेगा. All right. There is nobody in this world who is fearless. आज भी I must have given some more than 800 talks till now, in India, outside India, online, offline. 1,000 people, 500 people, maximum crowd was 5,000 people. When I was in Rajasthan, Udaipur, 5,000. But every time when I go, there is an element of fear. मैं झूठ अगर मैं बोला कि मुझे बिल्कुल डर नहीं लगता है, तो आई विल बी द बिगेस्ट लायर. थोड़ा तो नर्वसनेस होता ही है, बट आई डू इट एनीवे, राइट? आज भी विराट कोहली जब पिच पे जाता होगा तो थोड़ा तो नर्वसनेस आता ही होगा उसको. Right? सबको आता है. Yeah. So don't wait to overcome fear and then do the work. That will never happen. Just do it anyway. Yeah. Fear is inevitable and fear is natural. Okay, वो stress नहीं है, वो fear है. First accept that we are all fearful people and fear is natural to us. या आई थिंक आई हैव डन विद, मैंने वो एक पॉइंट स्किप किया इसके बारे में कि जो वाई के बारे में बोलता है ना कि सच्चाई के जड़ तक जाने के लिए you have to go through this nested why process. A simple question like, for example, asking why to yourself is also very important. That day I asked myself that, okay, I skipped my today's morning workout. Why did I skip? Because I went to bed late last night. And then I stopped there. ठीक है, मैं लेट सोने गया तो मुझे हक है कि अभी मुझे लेट उठना है, तो वर्कआउट तो मिस हो जाएगा. बट इफ आई डोंट स्टॉप एंड आस्क द व्हाई फर्दर, why did I go to bed late last night? Because of Netflix, for example. Why Netflix? फिर मैं जब बार बार पूछने लगा, the real reason was not Netflix. For example, that कि मुझे वो एक ही एपिसोड देखना चाहिए था वेब सीरीज का, उस चक्कर में मैंने 4 एपिसोड देखे और इसलिए लेट हो. Then I found the real answer कि Netflix is not a problem. The problem is watching too many episodes at a time. So you get specific answers when you keep asking yourself why. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I think I've got lot many points. Although there are more, because the book is so interesting and full of beautiful quotes and lines written by the author. Yeah, and as I said now if you go back to the name of the book, you will come to know why it is misleading. The war of art. Actually, कुछ meaning निकलता नहीं इससे, and no wonder why Ashish got confused because he thought that it is the art of war. And I can understand why it's so confusing. So the book is basically about that invisible negative power of resistance. Okay, I have recently covered in Booklet a few weeks ago, so you can take a look at the detailed summary in my voice as well. Yeah, I'm done with the discussion.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much for that wonderful book review session, sir. And we really enjoyed listening to you. And it's all about overcoming resistance in pursuit of this thing, art. So the different kinds of art you explained, the how to overcome stress, fear, and the decision. Everything was very nice with such beautiful and what contemporary examples were really awesome. So yes, on this we are all open for the question and answer from the audience. So there is a question. It came early in the around 7:45 itself. So from Pramod Soni, he's having two questions basically. Sir, he's asking, sir, I have a question. There is so much confusion about what and what not to eat. When one wants to become a fit and active man, how to remove this confusion? And the second question is, please speak about something about your journey of getting six-pack abs.
See, I think it's the biggest myth that the more knowledge you gain, the more confused you become. Oh, come on. Knowledge will always lead to clarity, not confusion. The confusion is in the starting point. See, one of my friends, she said one day that I'll not read all this. All this reading habit is all bullshit. What you are doing, okay? All the books talk the same thing. I said, wait a minute. What did you say? All the books say the same thing. That means you have read all the books. On one hand, you say that I'm not going to read because all the books talk same. Are you getting me? The contradiction in her statement. If you claim all the books say the same, you should read all the books and then claim I'll accept your claim. On one hand, you say that I am not a reader because all books talk same. It's what a it's an inbuilt paradox, like the irony of her statement. So the same goes with this. I am confused because so many books talk about different things of nutrition. No, that means that you're yet to read a lot about nutrition. Yeah. See, to answer your question precisely, I have read more than 50 books on health and nutrition and diet, and I'm not confused, by the way. But the most underestimated thing or underrated thing is that we don't listen to our body. No, I'm very keen observer of my own body, our own feelings. कि आज ये खाने के बाद मुझे कल कैसे लग रहा है सुबह, am I feeling light or heavy, अब होते हैं वो जो हिकअप्स आते हैं ना हमको, That shows कि अपने ये जो खा रहा हूँ मुझे नहीं खाने चाहिए, but body is telling you. ये जो हिचकियाँ आती है ना, that means वो स्पाइसी है इसलिए हिचकियाँ आ रहे हैं, तो you should stop eating. जब हम बीमार पड़ते हैं, you lose the taste. यहाँ पे एक लेयर आती है when बुखार होता है ना, आपने देखा होगा बोले नहीं कि यहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ एक लेयर आता है मुंह पे, एंड यू डोंट फील लाइक ईटिंग एनीथिंग बिकॉज सब कुछ कड़वा कड़वा लगता है. दैट इज अ क्लियर इंडिकेशन योर बॉडी इज सेइंग दैट स्टॉप ईटिंग, you should fast, you should stop eating everything when you're unwell. That's the natural way of getting better. You look at any other animal in the animal kingdom, when they fall sick they first stop eating. और हम क्या बोलते हैं कि अरे कुछ खा लो वरना और वीक हो जाओगे. अरे नो, देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड ऑटोफेजी स्टेज वेयर when you stop eating your body goes on a survival mode and starts healing itself by taking nutrition from your stored nutrients in your body. वो fats को खाने लगता है. So autophagy is a very interesting concept you should read. So I think not just nutrition, no, if you keep reading, होता क्या problem है क्या? We are too busy drawing conclusions. See, life should be an endless process of realizations and revelations, not conclusions. The moment you make a conclusion, that will be your last realization. Are you getting my point? Just keep it open. If we close the path once concluded, then we lose out all the possibilities. Once we start believing in something कि यही अभी ऐसा ही यही सच है, तो वहां पे अपना प्रोग्रेस बंद हो गया. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, if I conclude कि holding a book in hand and sitting in the chair and reading is only way of reading, I would have never come out with new ideas of of audio summary. No, when I was open, Kindle is also reading, listening to audibles is also reading, watching an author interview is also reading, TED Talk is also reading. Yeah, I tried to just seek and try to realization to focus care, not conclusions. Got it? So I think न्यूट्रिशन का एक ऐसा इंटरेस्टिंग चीज है कि लाइफ टाइम एक्सपेरिमेंट करते रहना है, राइट? मैं लाइफ टाइम एक्सपेरिमेंट करते हो रहा हूँ, मैं दुनिया भर की चीजें करता हूँ. I'm now intermittent फास्टिंग कर रहा हूँ, 16 घंटा मैं कुछ खाता नहीं हूँ. महीने भर में मैं एक बार फास्टिंग करता हूँ, प्रोलॉन्ग फास्टिंग फॉर 72 hours और मोर देन दैट, वो भी चालू है मेरा. It's not about achieving something, it's about just observing your body, your feelings. Yeah, एक बार मैंने एक महीना सिर्फ दूध बंद कर दिया and I got rid of my age old problem of morning running nose. I came to know that I'm allergic to milk. The most obvious ingredient of our diet is milk, and accidentally I realized that I'm allergic to milk. So I think we talk less about experiments. हम हमेशा सक्सेस फेलियर के बारे में बोलते हैं कि आई वांट टू स्टार्ट अ न्यू स्टार्टअप, विल यू प्लीज हेल्प मी टू बाय गिविंग दिस फीडबैक. सामने वाला क्या बोलेगा? अरे पागल, इतनी अच्छी नौकरी चल रही है, स्टार्टअप वीटअप के चक्कर में मत पड़. हाँ, तो अपना मस्त जॉब चल रहा है वो कर, तूने इतना सीए किया है. बट इफ आई से दैट आई हैव एन एक्सपेरिमेंट, मैं एक एक्सपेरिमेंट कर रहा हूँ, विल यू प्लीज हेल्प मी, तो सामने वाला क्या बोलेगा कि अच्छा ठीक है, टेल मी कुछ हुआ तो. नो, बिकॉज देयर इज इक्वल चांस ऑफ फेलिंग इन दिस एक्सपेरिमेंट. चल भी सकता है, नहीं भी चल सकता, right? And hence Gandhiji gave the title My Experiments with Truth. See, look at his humility. He said, these are my experiments, no conclusions. Some experiments worked, some experiments failed. आपको जो लेना है लो. But people like Robert Greene, what he says, 48 laws of power, laws of human nature, ऐसी book लिखी है उसने. I see a lot of ego in this. Who are you to write laws of human nature? Such a huge thing, human nature, मतलब जितने करोड़ों लोग उतने अलग अलग nature, and you have written down the laws of nature. Now, don't think that I'm criticizing. He's written very well. I'm just giving the difference between the humility of people. Yeah, I believe in experimentation. Okay,